back to Daytime Live. So Father's Day is on Sunday, so we thought that it would be great to talk to a bunch of friends about fathership.
Indeed.
And these are brethren of mine from the Unscripted podcast. Welcome to Rodney Campbell, Garth Williams, and Derrick Coffie. Big up on yourself.
Yeah. And big up, Sonny.
And big up,
Thank you.
And big up you and Sonny.
Yeah. Thank you. Go right ahead.
Here we go. Okay, so let's start with the real talk. So, what is one thing about fathership or fathering children that no one warned you about?
Start with Garth. Garth is safe to begin with.
Well, the one thing no one warned me about when it came to fatherhood is is that it never ceases.
Say that in a sentence. Fatherhood never ceases.
Fatherhood never ceases.
Okay.
You never get a break. You never ever get a break.
It's not going good, you know.
You never get a break.
God never get a break.
You'd figure that at different points in time you might be able to kind of relax and ease off and be less, you know. It goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on, you know, in different ways. So I think that's the one thing I was never warned about.
Okay.
When it comes to fatherhood.
All right,
Anybody with anything else to add? Quickly. No.
All right, great. Not you, Rodney. Not you. All right, so Derrick, let's give you this one. What has been one of your proudest dad moments?
Wow, proudest dad moments. There's so many. But the greatest one for me has been to see both, well, for those who know me well, will say that I'm Father Abraham. They will think I have 74 children. Truth is, I only biologically fathered 2. However, that don't discount the rest of them. All of them are for me.
Yes.
But for me, when I can see them think for themselves and express themselves, so oftentimes the moments when they don't know that I'm around and they are standing up for themselves and representing themselves and moving away from what everybody else is doing, which is kind of what I teach them to do. Think for yourself, make smart decisions. When I see them do that, proud every single time.
Beautiful. I love that. This is for Rodney.
Here comes this question now.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so on the flip side, have you ever had a full-on dad fail moment? Epic fail moment?
An epic fail moment?
Epic dad fail.
Yeah. and I mean, obviously with a question like that, I now have to choose one out of the list. But because I think one of the greatest tests of you being a father is your ability to fail. Because that's the only way you really learn. But I think I underestimated the capacity of my daughters to be strong enough. And on an occasion decided that I was going to take it over, and they started to say to me, hey, we got this. And I learned a lot in that moment, but I survived it. Here I am.
Okay. Well, that should also make you proud too, in a way, right?
Yeah, well, them just like their mother. So,
okay.
As God said, fatherhood never ends.
Garth, my darling, best advice you've ever given to maybe your children?
The best
advice, or one of the best advices?
Oh, jeez.
what am I
think, I know, right? These are bowling. These are very good questions, by the way.
Go, Odessa, yeah.
I would say encouraging my children to think for themselves, especially my son. So I have 2 children. My daughter is 16, my son is 12. His mom has a tendency to kind of baby him, right? And kids will give in to that, you know? And I've kind of intervened sometimes. I say, no, man, make him problem solve on him own. Make him run and drop and chip up and learn, and you understand me? So I think that's pretty much the best advice. I've given it to both my children.
Okay.
I see it more in my daughter. She pick things apart. She don't just take things at face value. And my son is growing into that. I think that's the best advice.
Okay. Can I ask Derrick something?
Sure.
All right, Derrick. Best advice you've ever received about being a dad?
Best advice I've ever received.
Or one of?
They don't need to like you. Your children don't need to like you. The children don't need to like you. They don't need to love you. In the moment, they don't need to appreciate you. But what they must do is respect you. So that's something that I've always taken and I live by.
Okay, I'll leave you to run.
Straight up. All right, so
No, don't do that.
so I'm gonna ask you though, is there a big difference with the way you were raised and the way that you are raising your kids now?
Whoa. I think the irony of it is that everything comes full circle. I rebelled against a lot of things, as children do, and found myself in that same voice, eventually saying the very same things. And I always say, one of the greatest accomplishments as a father is to sit down and one day hear your children, having rejected what you told them, one day saying to friends or whoever, let me tell you something, you know. My father always said, and he just said, well, look at
You did hear?
Daddy said something.
Yeah, that's a good feeling. All right, so quickly, have your kids ever embarrassed you in public or vice versa?
Or you embarrass them, I suppose, yeah.
It wouldn't be them embarrass me.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say I embarrassed them in public, but I understood the feeling that this was embarrassing. And I can say I'm sorry, and I did. It took a while to sort of, I think, get in because you're young and you're going to have emotions. I would have felt the same thing only when I'm able to look back at it. But in the moment, did I care about it? No, because it laid a lesson.
Okay. Okay.
I think embarrassed is a strong term.
It is.
But it was a light moment. It was my daughter's, I think, graduation from primary school. And, you know, proud moment. Beer and I Jamaican think this is COVID time or whatever. So I'm there, you know, so I left this. It needs a picture and video, right? Because it's all about posterity. And making all of this nice, and then she look over, and like she say,
Stop it.
Big man, chill.
And then I followed it up by running to hug her and put a big fat chups on her. And she said, like, if the earth could have just swallowed her up, yeah.
Ease off, my big man.
And them don't understand, you know, that everybody else, like another 500 students, see that moment.
I wish it was them.
Okay.
We're gonna get more into this.
We're keeping all the testosterone, so you have to stick to Daytime Live because we are going to come back with more as we talk about fatherhood, fathership, being a father, any way you want to call it, because we have with us the men from the Unscripted podcast. Soon come back.